Hi gamers, it's Kristin and I have the long-awaited what's in my travel makeup bag video for you guys today. I didn't intend this to be I'm grabbing it here. I didn't intend this to be so long-awaited, but excuse me, once I put it together, I really wanted to travel with it a few times just to make sure that it did have everything in it that I needed, that I could explain myself as I went through it and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna show... Apparently I'm going to be connected to it. I'm going to show you what I have in this bag. So this is the bag, the makeup bag that I'm currently using. I switched between this and the Lexi from the person. Currently I have it in this. I like this particular one. I don't think you can get this anymore, but I like this particular one because it has a wide bottom. So as you're looking for bags, and it's plaid. As you're looking for makeup bags, my preference is always ones that have a wide bottom. And when I open it up, see how the sides here, there are a little bit of sides so that it doesn't, like, things don't go falling out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna set this in front of me here. And I'm gonna kind of just pull things out as I have them in there and show you what I have. So I don't have any lip products in here. That's the one product I don't leave in there. I will kind of change those out based on season, what I've packed to wear, like that sort of thing. So that's the only thing that I don't have in here all the time. I'll try to grab things in an order. Let's be real, it works better for me anyway. Okay, so the first thing that I have is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. You guys know this is my favorite primer, so I have a travel size of that. And for foundation, the one that I've chosen to travel with is the L'Oreal 24 Hour Pro Glow. I love this foundation. It's definitely very, whoops, sorry about that, let me turn that off. Very top of my list as far as foundations go. For concealer, I decided to pack, I like this well enough. It's not my favorite, but I like it well enough, and this is the Born This Way. I find it to be just a little bit drying, but not overly so. And I have this in the shade, I want to say Porcelain. There's no sticker on it. I think I lost the sticker at some point, but either Fair or Porcelain. I can't remember which shade that's in, but I'll list it below for you guys. Okay, then for powder, you guys know I like to put a powder foundation over the top of my liquid foundation. Just my preference. I use a fluffier brush to apply it. And so the one that I put in here is the IT CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder. I wear that in the shade Light. You can see I really enjoy that. And lastly, for my base, I almost forgot this, is the IT Bye Bye Redness. I've put the shade in here in Transforming Light Beige. The one that I've always had is the shade that, you know, it used to not have shades. It used to just be the one shade. And I think it's medium or something like that. That's the one that I use in my vanity. So there is a porcelain beige too if you're even lighter skinned than me. But the Bye Bye Redness will help with redness on your skin. And the porcelain one is just a little bit too light because I'm using it on my face versus underneath my eyes like you would a concealer. So I have that in there as well. All right. I have one of these. I'll just show you this. This is, Tika got this for me at some store. I don't even know, and I can't find them anywhere. Hopefully I'll be able to find some more. Actually, I'm headed to Dallas today, and I think she got them when she was in Dallas. So these are just Q-tips, but they're kind of like sponge tippy Q-tips. They're multi-purpose, and I really like those, so I keep those in there. For bronzer, I have a bronzer by Limelight by Alcone. And it's in a nice kind of light packaging and travels well, so I have that in there. Not my favorite bronzer of life, but it does work well. And it seems to give just a little bit of a glow, not too much of a glow, so I have that in there. For blush, I've chosen to stick in the two, these were like prototypes when I was working with a company back when Camp Cosmetics was around and I worked with them. This is the... a fuzzy on there. This is the Glamour Gangsta Game blush, and then this was the Delightful. So one's a nice peachy, one's a nice pinky, so I just threw those in there. Those are the blushes that I travel with. I love those because they are long lasting. They have a nice little, not glow or sheen, but they just don't look dead on your face. So I really like those. I do, I cannot talk. I did put a highlight in there. I have a little mini size of the Laura Mercier Highlight 01. I have the large size of this as well, but it's just a stunning highlight, very subtle, not too in your face, which is good because the majority of what I'm doing when I travel is work stuff. You know what I mean? I do have this little mini of the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. I wanted to get a little mini of that. I found this, and I found it on Amazon, and the buyer that I bought it from looked like it was By Terry. Just realized that my camera was all like wonky. Sorry, I had to fix that. Anyway, but you can get this from Derm Store as well. So I will find that and list it below for you guys. And I'm trying to grab all the things that I have for my face here. Oh, I did forget this. I do have the Amazing Cosmetics Line Smoother and Primer. I really like this. I put this, you know, before I put on concealer. And the reason I decided to stick it in here for travel is that I feel like I am drier when I travel than I am when I'm at home. I mean, I'm dry all the time, but you know what I'm saying. So I decided it made sense to stick that in my travel. And then I did go ahead and get a little travel size of the Hourglass Dim Light. I almost lost it because it's so cute and little. And I like to use this on my face, definitely as a finisher. I'll use it to kind of blend out lines sometimes or whatever. So we'll see. This seems pretty teeny. I just got this, so I haven't used it yet. It seems pretty teeny. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get a brush in there, but we'll see if that's actually going to work for me or not. That's the only thing I think in here that I haven't used yet in travel. I do have a little beauty blender holder from Eggy. And that holds my Beauty Junkies Beauty Sponge. I have a little pencil sharpener. I found this one at Ulta. It was $2.50, and it has a cover on both sides. That was important to me, and then the 2 different shapes in there. I have my Painterly Paint Pot, which is the second step in my eye priming method. I'm like definitely afraid I'm going to put these on my counter here, and I won't remember to stick everything back in here. I have a travel size of the MAC Fix Plus. It's just about gone, actually. And for eyeshadow, then Redondo eyeshadow, I have, this is what I've stuck in for now. This is the PUR Soiree Dairies, and I think I'll switch these out every once in a while, but I do really like this palette. And it has some taupe, it has some warm tones. So I love this palette. I've talked about this a bunch of times before. So this is currently what I'm traveling with. So while this does have a nice brow bone shade in it, it doesn't have like some other transition colors that I like. So my friend Whitney had sent me this Inglot palette a while back, and it has very similar transition shades to what I keep here at home. Let me just grab this in my MAC palette. And this one has Wedge, that's the one that's almost gone, is Wedge, Soft Brown, Quarry, and Blanc Type. And so this is very similar. It doesn't have a warm, like soft brown sort of shade, but I can make the other one work just fine. And then lastly, you guys know how when I put on my primer, I put on the Urban Decay Primer Potion, I put on MAC Painterly Paint Pot over the top of that, and then I put some sort of cream colored shadow over that to give a nice even base. So I have an Estee Lauder in Insolite Ivory that I have in here. It's a little bit shiny for my taste, but it works. There is a pocket on the inside of this, but I don't have anything in that. So now let's talk about what I have in the outside pocket here. Let me dig in here and grab all of the things out. I have bobby pins everywhere in my life. So there's always bobby pins down in there and down in everything in my life. I have a little travel size of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's actually just about gone. I've been squeezing it up for quite some time. And also in there I have a tweezers, so I always have a tweezers with me. If I'm going to bring lashes or something like that, then I'll stick my lash glue in there, but I'm not, that's something I add in depending on the trip, and this is mostly work. I'm doing a meetup, but I don't need lashes for a meetup. So I did buy another Sonia Kashuk Lash Tool. It's not the same as the one that I have had in the past. You can see it has this funky little thing on the top, but I think it will work just fine for what I need it to. And I have in there a brow pencil. I have the MAC pencil in Lingering, which is currently my favorite. For mascara, I have traveled with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And then I have a travel size of the Clinique Lash Power Mascara, which is my favorite for lower lashes and to put a coat on before I'm going to put on false lashes. So I have a little travel size of that. And lastly, I have a brown and a black eyeliner. And the ones that I chose are my tried and true, never fail, the Rimmel Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Waterproof in But First Espresso and Black Love. So those are the two that I have here. So that is what's in my makeup bag that I just grab and go. I have a shelf that just sits above my suitcases that I grab that. I always have a clean towel sitting there, so I grab that. And then I have this. And this is my travel brushes. And I won't go over this again because the majority of these are the Jaclyn Hill from Morphe. So it comes with this case. And then there are, I don't even know how many, maybe 19 brushes that were in there. So the only thing I want to touch on is what I've taken out. So I took out, let me just grab it. I think this is the only one that I took out, and this is the Morphe E41. I like this, and it works well for like a really, like, it works well for bronzer. I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying, not blown out, but like if you're not trying to be super precise with your bronzer, it works for that. But what I ended up doing is one of the brushes in here, and I will link the video where I went over all of these brushes. This is the R2. I use this one for bronzer, and that works just fine. So I just wanted to mention that. And then the brushes that I added in, I think there were only, yeah, these three. One other brush I added in was the MAC 239. The Jaclyn Hill set did not have a good flat shader brush. And of course, you guys know my preference is the MAC 239. So I neglected to show you, but I did add that into this kit as well for travel. I did throw in this brush, which is the Beauty Junkies Pro Brow Brush, because I needed the spoolie, because the eyebrow pencil that I'm using doesn't have a spoolie. Words are difficult for me. And I have two of these. I use this brush every single day. So I have one here, and now I have one in here, right? And then the other one I moved to here. This is the old version. I bought this when they were going out of like they were redoing their brushes. It's the Sephora 55 brush. The new one is similar to this, just has a darker handle, and the bristles look a little bit different. But so I stuck that in there because I just need that brush. And my favorite blush brush of life is the IT Cosmetics. It's like the French boutique something something. I'll list it below for you. I have two of these as well. So I have the one that's over here, and then my friend Kristin didn't like this brush, so she sent it to me, which is, I will be forever grateful for her for that. And then also my friend Kristin, she surprised me when around Christmas time, and she sent me the Wayne Goss airbrush, the rose gold version. I have the regular one that I use every single day, and so she sent me this one, and this is the one that travels with me. It's like having a little bit of love with you when you travel. So that is what I take when I travel. I hope that that ended up being helpful for some of you. I can show you like what I have a bag for hair stuff. I have a bag for skincare. I have a bag for, you know, so if you want to see those other bags, I can go over those. I think I've done that before, but it's been a while, so let me know if you want to see those. And I think that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and in everything that you do and say, be beautiful. Bye.